Sorry for the interruption. I had to put my camcorder down. But like I said, Bas Rutten had Dan Severn, Minoru Suzuki, who's part of Pancrase Mission, Anderson the Spider Silva, the current reigning and defending UFC middleweight champion of the world, who's from Brazil, George Rush St. Pierre, who's out on injury right now. He tore his ACL, but he was the reigning and defending UFC world welterweight champion. I encourage the rest, my peers, to add MMA fighters to their rosters. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I know not everybody is a fan of MMA or follows MMA extensively in the GWF like I do. But, you know, it's up to the promoter whether or not they want to do that. Another thing I wanted to address is I've been hearing from fellow co-commissioners that Sean Connor, the other co-leader of the GWF and who runs his own Fed in own territory of Mexico, has been telling other promoters that his roster is a lot better, more polished than Japan. Well, that's his honest opinion. I can understand why he made that comment. But I look on his roster. There's plenty of people, plenty of folks on his roster that would do very, very well for themselves if they did one of two things. Gain the attention of Mr. Connor and give them a correct push. Or two, get traded out and go to another Fed, and I guarantee you they'll be used in the proper way. One person on his roster that sticks out the most is Owen Hart. You have Owen Hart sitting at number 17 on your roster. He has yet to hold one title in the GWF or in the GGW. You never pushed the guy. My question to you is, why is that? Vern Gagne, the man started AWA, gave rise to a lot of guys like Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, the Rockers, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and his father was still wrestling, Larry the Axe Hennig. You haven't done anything with him. Mil Mascaras, the man of 1,000 masks, you don't push him. You have 43 people on your roster. Chances are you're not going to push the other 3 people that the new 3 people, or should I say 3 females that you have on your roster. I don't think you fully understand what type of roster that Japan has. I don't think you want to go down this route, Sean. You want to know why you don't want to go down this route? Because first off, you're outnumbered, which is always going to be your Achilles heel. You're outgunned, and because you don't have enough luchadors, you don't even have enough heavyweights, you don't even have enough hybrid wrestlers. If you look on my roster, those are the key elements that I look for on this roster. On my roster. That's why my roster from top to bottom is beast. And another thing you don't have is fluidity. What do I mean by that? That means I could take any 2 people or any 3 people and tag them up. Give you a perfect example. I have Takashi Sugiura. I could team him up with Naomichi Marufuji. Those two held the GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles together. I could team them. I can have them be single stars. I can team them with their current tag team partners. Come on, man. You can't say you have that. And this is another thing that bugs me. Chris Fuentes, you don't have not one person in place that holds your territory's titles. As far as I'm concerned, your roster is the weakest. Because at least everyone else has talent in place to hold heavyweight titles. You don't have that. I suggest you get on that ASAP. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to boast. I'm not here to tap myself on the back. But my roster is not invincible. It's not. Is it badass? Is it very tough to beat? Absolutely. In fact, I like to think as my roster to be an impenetrable steel wall. You can't get past it. You can't go above it. You can't go through it. You can't go under it to get past it. I don't think you can. I really don't have any holes in my roster. The people that that should have gotten roster spots at the very beginning of the GWF now have roster spots on my roster. To all the other promoters out there, you have great talent. There's no doubt about that. But don't be afraid to put a target on Japan's back. We welcome competition. Quite frankly, my talent are sick and tired of fighting each other. Let's take our talents to the other promotions. Why not? We have the time. We definitely have the skill. Why the hell not? And personally, I was truly against doing a promo of any kind, doing a video of any kind, but I bit the bullet and I wanted to have this press conference to clear the air in the GWF. The rules and regs are up. Everybody noticed. Everybody knows what's expected of them. Everyone knows the rules. Our second pay-per-view is due in 3 days' time. So to Joe Alvarez and Chris DeFelice, I need your votes ASAP. I need them within the next 3 days. And let's keep the politics of wrestling out of this game, and let's just have fun with it. Because there's nothing else we need to do but sit back and have fun. There's no time constraints. There's no forcing of issues or forcing of house shows. We don't do that here. We have as much fun as humanly possible in this game. Simple as that. And unlike the GGW, we don't force feed shit down people's throats. And we have leadership at the helm who's not on an ego trip. We're very the two of us, we're humble people. Well, I'm more humble than Sean is, let's be honest. And I feel like we're just going to do nothing but have fun with it. And it is now 3:58. And I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all for your time. Just continue to have fun and stay safe. Happy Friday the 13th. Later.